doing, everybody? What is going on? It is your boy Baddog back with another New York Giants video. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. Do me a favor, hit the like button. Helps out the video more than you know. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. You got nothing to lose. They're both free and easy to do. Be doing a lot of Giants content this offseason because there's going to be a lot to talk about, no doubt about it. Also, if you want to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, you can do so because I am on both of those social media outlets. Link in the description below. It'd be great if you follow me. I'd appreciate that. And thank you for watching. Let's talk a little bit about Joe Schoen, the new GM of the New York Giants. Had his initial press conference today with the media. And, I'll be honest, again, he said all the right things, but I am very cautious going into this year. I certainly, Joe Judge got me a couple years ago with his initial press conference. Now, it's not like Joe Schoen had me ready to run through a wall. But obviously he said all the right things, and he's talked about he doesn't want to tear down the roster. He wants to, he feels like you can compete and rebuild at the same time, which I'll be honest with you, that worried me a little bit because I remember Gettleman had the same plan when he came in here in 2018. Felt like he could rebuild and try to win at the same time, and I don't know how much that actually works. Of course, Gettleman was a really bad GM. Perhaps Joe Schoen will be a really good GM. That's really all that we can hope for here. With Joe Schoen. Again, he's got a lot of draft picks. There's definitely some, differentiating data or whatever. I don't even know what the term I'm looking for. He kept saying 11 draft picks in the press conference. A lot of Giants fans are saying we have 9. I Googled it. It said we had 9. I don't know if there's another outlet that says we have 11. People were also speculating, he's already made a trade because it says we have 9 draft picks and he's saying we got 11. You never know. Could definitely be a trade going forward. They also asked him about our boy Daniel Jones. Now, I have certainly been on record this offseason saying, for me, I think that Daniel Jones should be the quarterback in 2022, regardless of how good or bad he is. I feel like the Giants need to address this offensive line, and if Daniel Jones can play behind it, great. Then you take a look at him going forward. If he stinks, then you move on from him. I would not give him a 5th-year option. I would not guarantee that $21 million, especially since they have to do that earlier in the year, and he's not cleared for contact until August. There's no way I'm taking a chance on giving the guy $21 million if his neck's messed up and he's going to be injured. The Giants can't do that. I mean, there's no way they can give him a 5th-year option. But bringing him back for 2022, because I really don't think we're going to be able to compete in 2022. I don't think that's a bad move. Now, jokingly and not jokingly, I said it on Twitter and I said on the Giants channel, about when they asked Shane about Joe Judge. Yeah, they should have asked Shane about Joe Judge. When they asked him about Daniel Jones, he took a drink of water. Now, jokingly, I go, that's a tell. Now, on Twitter, Twitter's like, well, he's just thirsty. But what I mean by it's a tell is, I'm not saying that it means he's going to dump Daniel Jones. It meant the question made him nervous. Does anybody out there play poker? People do. If you pay attention to your opponent, especially when you're playing poker, body language tells you a lot. It just does not just in poker, in life in general. Body language and things that people do tell you a lot about what they're thinking, believe it or not. So when he went to the water, to me, that was, I better think about how I want to answer this. And it's not because I think Joe Schoen doesn't believe in Daniel Jones, or I think he's going to move on from Daniel Jones, or he's going to draft the quarterback. What I think it meant is I don't know if he absolutely is dead set on knowing the future of Daniel Jones. And he's not going to come out and go, well, yeah, we're looking to trade him. If we have no faith in Daniel Jones. He's never going to say that. He's never going to come right out and say that. Maybe they do have faith in Daniel Jones. Maybe they don't. Time's going to tell, ain't it? And we're going to have a lot of fun speculating what they're going to do in the draft. That's the best part about the offseason, is speculating what your team's going to do in the draft, especially when you have 2 top 10 picks. Then again, I'm just going to keep saying O-line, 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 O-line. Because if it isn't Daniel Jones, whoever the hell the quarterback is, I want that quarterback to be protected. It's really that simple. Speaking of quarterbacks, shift gears here. But I should say, in closing, like I said, Joe Schoen, it's not like he blew me away. It's not like I left watching that press conference thinking, oh God, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. I feel like he has a good grip on what needs to be done here, and we'll see if he can put that into place. I mean, everybody's going to say the right things, And again, I'm not going to sit here and get all hopped up and pumped up on words. To me, actions speak louder than words. I want to see what we do in the draft, and then I'll definitely know what direction we're going to go in. And I think everybody else will too, depending on what we do with the 5 and 7 pick. And that will tell us all we need to know about the direction this team is going to go. Now, speaking of quarterbacks, John Mara came out and said, no way to DeShaun Watson. So Giants fans, get rid of that dream. Me, I like DeShaun Watson, one of my favorite players in the NFL. There's no doubt about that. And if his allegations had cleared and there was a way that the Giants could bring him in here without giving up their 2 top 10 picks, I would have been all for it. I'm not going to sit here and deny that. DeShaun Watson is an incredible talent. He's an elite quarterback. We know what DeShaun Watson is. And at the same time, can't blame John Mara. We have no cap space for DeShaun Watson, and he's got a lot of allegations that haven't been cleared yet. We don't know what the deal is. We don't know what Goodell's going to do. So there's a lot of questions when it comes to DeShaun Watson, but John Mara put it all to bed, said no way, no how. He will not be a New York Giant, so we can forget about that. He also went on to say, and again, I commend him for being honest about Daniel Jones. Set him up for failure. That's something that a lot of us Giants content creators and commenters have said, that he got put in a really, really bad situation. This is going to be his 3rd head coach in 4 seasons. The offensive line has been a train wreck ever since he was drafted, and there was never any ability. They never went out of their way to try to help him with the offensive line. Outside of drafting Andrew Thomas, they turn right around and they get rid of Kevin Zeitler, and then they do not draft an offensive lineman the entire draft in 2021. So they did him no favors. Now, they did go out there. They drafted Kadarius Toney, and obviously we saw a burst of talent, but he had a weird rookie season with injuries and COVID and this and that, and who really knows. They spent $72 million on Kenny Golladay. They went out there and they certainly got him some guys to throw to. They went out and they gave a bad contract to Kyle Rudolph. They tried to get him weapons, but they didn't do anything to protect him. So how good can these things be if he's not really being protected? Again, I don't think the offensive line is as bad as some people say, but it is not good. It is not good at all. And it certainly doesn't help when you have nobody that can block for your running back either. So this is the main reason, okay? The Giants really need to address this offensive line in the offseason. Saquon Barkley, 5th-year option, right? The Giants probably aren't going to long-term the guy. But how about we know what he is by fixing the offensive line, seeing if he can run behind a line that can open up some holes for the guy so he's not getting hit in the backfield, so he's not getting 1 and 2 yards every time he touches the ball. Can we do that? Can we open up some holes for Saquon Barkley? Can we give Daniel Jones some time? Can we do that? Especially on obvious passing situations when it's 3rd and 9. Can we get some linemen that can get out there and pull on a screen and get out and lead block like to the second level like a Tyler Linderbaum? Can we get those guys that can get out there, block, and then get to the second level for big plays to a guy like Saquon Barkley? Can we do things like that? Like I said, can we protect Daniel Jones on 3rd and 9 so he has time to locate receivers down the field for longer passes? And God forbid, can we get a head coach in here that doesn't suppress everything Daniel Jones can do and just say throw 3-yard passes because we don't believe in anything you're doing? That'd be nice. Be nice to have an offensive line that we can do those things. We haven't had it in years. We didn't have it at the end of Eli's career either. So it'd be nice to go in that direction. I don't know what Joe Schoen's going to do. Like I said, we'll know better off which direction this team is going, once we have the draft. But again, man, I always say this is bittersweet. It's sweet in the fact that you get some optimism. You're saying we're starting anew. It's a fresh beginning. The old regime is out, bringing the new regime, and you're confident. Like I said in a comment on the New York Giants page, we at least for me, but as Giants fans in general, we'll have faith in you until you give us a reason not to have faith. So hopefully Joe Schoen doesn't give us a reason not to have faith. It does sound to me like he wants to fix the offensive line. And that's just, what I get from him. I do believe that he is going to go that route, and the Giants need that. There's no doubt about that. We have a lot of picks. We have a lot of early picks. You got a chance to do something. You got a chance to move it in the right direction. It's not going to be easy. He said that a lot of young players are probably going to have to get some time, and they have to develop these players, and that is exactly what they need to do. this former coaching regime did not develop anybody. It was pretty obvious with how much these players regress. So hopefully this new regime comes in, whoever the head coach is, can get these best out of these players, can find a game plan that fits their strengths, and we can move forward from there and just begin the process of getting better. If you're going to rebuild, you want to see improvement. And he mentioned that too. So that's a good thing. Again, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm ready to run through a wall for Joe Schoen like I did for Joe Judge, because that was a mistake on my part. I was so anxious to be better. I was so anxious to believe that finally we're going to move in the right direction. And now, I'm not going to get ahead of myself. And at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and say I have no faith in what Joe Schoen can do. I want to wait and see. I'm taking the Joe Judge approach. I'm being very cautious this time around. I'm cautiously optimistic. And like I said, we'll know throughout the offseason what we're doing with the head coach, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and all this other stuff, free agency, and then, of course, the draft. And I look forward to doing all that. Obviously, the bitter part of the whole thing is that the reason we're doing all this is because we've been a bad team again, and changes needed to be made. So hopefully this time the changes are right, the players are right, and the Giants get right. We can start getting back to some winning football here. Giants fans deserve it. It's been a long time since we've been good. It'd be nice to have a good team. Hopefully Joe Schoen's the man. That's all I got to say. And that's all I got in this video, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, and I'll see you next time. It's Bad Diggity Dizzle. I'm out. Peace.